This is the Hymer B class DL504, and as you can see from this advertisement, it's under 3.5 tons. It's well under 3.5 tons. Fully integrated model on a Fiat Ducato chassis. It's 6 meters long, and its price, unfortunately that's the bad news, it's 90,430, base price 78,800, and you can get it on a special offer at the moment at 81,390. Now, what I'd like to point out first of all is it's got payload 568, internal height 198, and it's only 212 centimeters wide. So far it sounds very good indeed. Now, the bed, there are 3 sleeping places. One bed is above the driving position. Now, normally I don't like beds above the driving position because I think it reduces your height, but as you come back here and you can see the second bed, that's only a single bed. So if there's one of you, you don't need the second bed, the bed above me. But if there's 2 of you, you are going to need it. So this time I've got to agree with the bed above the driving position. I like an L-shaped lounge around the table. It has something to it, and I think it's a way of using the space also, because often, for example, I'm using my own case, but I'll sit against my back on that with my feet hanging off the end here, and I'll be looking out the window or whatever. That's the sort of thing you tend to do when you're on a van. In a nice place, you just sort of look out the windows. Kitchen, standard, 3 burners, extra thing here for prep work, sink, rather large, good size. Here is the bad news. This fridge is really far too big, and I'm going to compare it now to the hanging space. Now, I do need a different type of camera. I know people complain at my cameras, but no, this is the one there is, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's on the maximum as well. Look at the amount of hanging space there, and I'm now going to compare this to the size of the fridge. There's more space in the fridge than there is in the wardrobe. Now, you've got to ask yourself, what are you carrying that makes that so important? Plenty of storage space above there, that'll do for your food. Single bed up here. Below the single bed on the outside, there is the garage, and you've got storage under those boxes there. For a 6 meter van, the toilet and bathroom is absolutely enormous. Six meters long, 212 wide. It's not much bigger than many cars. Okay, the width maybe is a bit bigger, but not much. Now, one of the things is, in this case here, we've got the ladder. One thing I find that when I'm in a van is I'm moving stuff from one space to another all the time. It's not like when you're at home, everything's got its place. Everything has its place in the van, but some things have 2 places, or the place has to be used for 2 different purposes. And in this case, it's the ladder. So you'd leave the ladder on here during the day, and at night you'd move the ladder to its position next to the bed. One thing I will say, I didn't like ladders. I think they look clumsy, but having been using one, it's not difficult at all. It's maybe because I sort of remember these ladders in the trains and on the couchettes, and then they were quite awkward. But these things here, really, they're very good. They're not in the same class, and easy to use. Now, I like some things about this vehicle. I like the size, but that fridge is a major negative thing in my opinion. One thing I will also point out, because it's a high vehicle, is the amount of clearance, and there is really, unless you're really tall, you've got plenty of clearance there. 198 centimeters of clearance, so that's pretty good. Now have a look at some of my other films. I'm going to show the vehicle which is quite next to this one, and this other vehicle is really quite odd. Oh, before I do that though, maybe I should show you the garage, because I haven't done that yet. Remember, 6 meters long. You get 2 bicycles in there without any problem whatsoever. Oh, it does still need a little bit of work doing to it, but this, it's got so much promise, this vehicle.